Y'all know I had to talk about this game, man. I know it's later in the day, but I had to respond. This is a late night game. It didn't get done until midnight. But bump all that, man. We're going to talk about Houston defeating Duke. A miraculous comeback. Let me shout out Houston first and foremost. I mean, to go on a 9-0 run in the final 33 seconds of the game is absolutely stunning. Now, this is blasphemous. Obviously, you guys are going to see right here, Emmanuel Sharp hit a big-time three-point shot, a lapse in the defense right here. All right, and then the probability goes from like 91 to 84.7%, right? But the key in this game, and I have to say it, bro, they got out-coached. No disrespect to John Shire, they got out-coached, bro. I blame Sion James, and I blame Tyrese Proctor. They only had one field goal in the final 10 and 30 minutes. And guess what the field goal was? It was Cooper Flagg's 3. Now, credit to Houston, obviously, for imposing the press because he had no answers for it, respectfully. And Sion James threw way too many turnovers at the end of the game. I just didn't understand for the life of me what they called. The full court press gave them boys problems the whole time. And that's what got Houston back in the game, right? They turn it over, boom. He hits Cooper Flagg. It's a steal. They go, they shoot the three, can't get it. Then it's a putback jam by Tugler. They had no answers for Tugler in this game. Now, the box score is not going to show his impact, right? 4 points, 8 boards. You're like, Naj, what the hell is you talking about? But his ability to keep possessions alive offensively when Duke should have been closing out this game, they could not rebound the basketball. And the stats show. This is a pleasant surprise. Like I said, Duke won in so many categories in this game when you look at it. When you look at, obviously, field goal percentage, it was the better shooting team. It's better in points in the paint, better in free throw percentage. But this is the key stat right here. 42 to 31 rebound advantage, 18 offensive rebounds, I can see here, to just 10. That really changed the game for them, the ability to just keep possessions alive. And Duke couldn't buy a bucket. And this is why I go back to coaching. For the life of me, I don't understand. You put Mason Gillis in, right? You obviously put in number 1. Why in the hell, if you couldn't buy a bucket in over 7 minutes, you don't put Isaiah Evans in the game? That's what I'm talking about, right? Because think about this, y'all. Duke went on a low in the ACC tournament against Georgia Tech. Couldn't buy a bucket. What did they do? They inserted Isaiah Evans into the game, and he became a flamethrower. This is a national championship on the line. You play your players. I don't care if he's a freshman, whatever it may be the case. You only get that man, 2 minutes in the game? Get that man in the game and let him get a rhythm. That's the reason you go get a high-end prospect like him. That's just an example, I'm saying, y'all, essentially. Right? Brown gave him good minutes and things like that. But you have to play your best players. When you can't buy a bucket and other guys are struggling, Proctor, Sion James, you bring in your flamethrowers to knock that team out because y'all was up for almost 30 minutes of this game. So that's another thing I wanted to point out. All right, back to Proctor. I'm sorry, no disrespect, man. But he cost him this game too. He gets fouled. It's 67-66. He misses the free throw, right? Cooper Flatt then draws the questionable foul call on him. Jawan Roberts goes to the free throw line, knocks down 2 free throws. They take the lead. Now, for those that want to blame Cooper Flatt, I don't know what else y'all want the boy to do. 27 points, 7 rebounds, 3 blocks. Boy was all over the court, man. Yes, he missed the jump shot, but he's going to probably make 9 out of 10 of those shots over the course of the middle of the court. Like I said, they couldn't have set up something easier for him, a play at the rim, a pick and roll, rub action. You know, I get the one-on-one ISO, but and he even said the coach called that play. You couldn't set up nothing better for Cooper Flagg than to get him easy bucket at the rim. So again, the coaching disadvantage, in my humble opinion, 50 March Madness games to John Shire's less than 20? You know what I'm saying? Obviously, the coaching difference in the age, you've seen it in this game. That's what hurt Duke, respectfully. You know what I'm saying? He was turning the ball, dribbling the ball off his foot, off his leg, and then obviously you had Sion James, who just could not inbound the basketball to save his life. After that first turnover, the coach should have made a change. Hey, let me go and I know he was their veteran, let me go put Cooper Flagg on the ball. He can come back to the ball and get fouled, right? Once he had them couple turnovers, that should have been it. So that was the main cause of this game. They couldn't react to the press. You know what I'm saying? They turned over the ball way too much, and they got out-rebounded. Those are the key stats in this game of why they lost. They should have won. They should be in the national championship. But you take it for what it is, man. It's unfortunate. You get better. Hopefully, John Shire gets better as a coach. But that cost them the potential chance to go to a national championship and potentially even win it all, man. And they need better backcourt play. I don't care what nobody says. I know Sion James is gone. Proctor's a junior. But I think next year it'll be 8 and more because you got a more quintessential point guard in a Caden Boozer who's going to be coming in. And you also have Cameron Boozer coming in a really good class. I don't know if they're going to be as talented as this year's class, especially with Cooper Flagg and how generational he was. But you do have a guard, I think, that's better with the ball in his hands and is a little more cerebral and is not going to be turning over the basketball in key moments. So that's going to be something interesting to watch moving forward. All right, back to my guy LJ Crack. Gotta give him some love and some praise, man. He was phenomenal in this game, man. 26 points, 5 rebounds, 6 and 9. He single-handedly kept them in the game. Him and Jawan Roberts, his ability to crash the glass. I think he had 11 rebounds in this game. But when they needed big shots, this was one of the dudes that was him and Emmanuel Sharp came up big time for them hitting them shots. And you can see the difference in the veteran presence, right? And you can see the difference in how they carried themselves on the court. Never rattled. They was down double digits. They just kept coming and attacking, and credit them for the ball pressure and defense in the second half of this game. It made the difference. Even though Duke was up 14, Duke was up double digits, it didn't matter. They kept putting their foot to the gas pedal, and that made the difference. Like I said, shout out to this guy right here, man. Tough assignment, man. 6-year senior. Hey, he came to play. You know what I'm saying? Did what he was supposed to do for his team. Knocked down them 2 free throws, even though he's not the best free throw shooter. And told him, hey, calm. The game is not over yet. Locked in, man. He knew what happened a few years back when he made it this deep, and he was like, hey, I want to go all the way to the state title game or to the national championship game. And you've seen it with this play today. And as y'all can see, I was talking about Emmanuel Sharp. Again, a really good game. Wasn't the most efficient, but 3 of 7 from 3. You'll take that. 16 points in this one. And Roberts obviously finished with a double-double, 11 points and 12 rebounds. But like I said, that was the difference. And this is what I'm talking about when I talk about Duke. Didn't get enough outside of Cooper Flagg and Con Canoople, who I thought had a pretty good game, 16.7, 7 rebounds. You know what I'm saying? He did what he was supposed to do. But you didn't get enough from Malawach, right, in this game. He's supposed to be better. He's supposed to be a top 10, top 15 pick in this NBA draft. He didn't give you enough, in my humble opinion. Right? Tyrese Proctor, 2 for 8, 7 points, 0 for 4 from the field, many turnovers. Didn't get it done. Sion James, 7 points, 3 of 9. That's not going to get it done, right? And then you played Brown, who I thought gave you some pretty good minutes off the bench. Mason Gillis, what was the point of those 6 minutes, right? You played Isaiah Evans for 2 minutes in this game, right? And obviously Foster, I liked him. He did give you good defensive pressure. But again, 0 for 3 from the field. So it's like, how in the hell do you not put Isaiah Evans in the game? That's what I'm saying about coaching, bro. He is a flamethrower. He's an elite specimen, elite scorer. In a game like this, and you can't buy a bucket in over 10 minutes, in them first 3 minutes, bro, I'm calling timeout. Hey, Evans, get in the game, bro. Let's run a rub screen action for you. Let's run something downhill where you can get open in the corner. Put the ball on the floor. He's a natural-born scorer. Get that man the basketball. That's what I'm saying when I say coaching, man. But that's my thoughts. That's my full soliloquy, man. Shout out to Houston. They deserve to win. Kelvin Sampson, adjustments in the second half. You seen it. Duke couldn't test for it, and now they sit home, man. But that's my thoughts, man. Comment down below. Is Cooper Flagg to blame? I would say no, but I want to hear your thoughts. What was the ultimate determining factor of Duke losing?